the Feywild, a realm of wild magic, tricky foes, and dastardly deals. When your party leaves the prime material plane and enters this realm, you want them to really feel like they've stepped into a whole new world, for better and for worse. But it can be tough to come up with different scenarios that fit such a strange place, and that's where I've got you covered. In this video, I'll give you a few different Feywild encounters and places you can toss into your game, and see how your players cope when things get a little weird. Without further ado, let's get started. How about we kick things off with the celebration? As your party is traveling through the Feywild, they begin to hear music coming from the distance, what at first sounds like a coordinated symphony, but the closer it gets, the more mismatched and jumbled it all seems. Approaching your players is a parade full of dozens of fey creatures, satyrs, pixies, eladrin, dryads, all dancing, singing, and playing makeshift instruments. Some of them toss purple and white flowers in every direction, and toward the center of the group, a satyr in a crown of thorns is being hoisted up on a throne by several purple giant-like creatures. As they get closer, your party will notice that everyone has a big smile plastered on their face, but if they try to interact with anyone, they'll get cursed out and told to leave them alone, all without changing expression. Worse yet, once the music is loud enough, they'll need to succeed on a DC 12 wisdom saving throw or feel an overwhelming urge to join the parade, and be forced to smile, no matter how they're feeling. If any of your party fall victim to the poison parade, they can save again if and when they take damage, but attacking anyone in the parade, including their allies, will cause the satyr sitting atop their throne to get angry, not wanting anyone to interfere with their fun. If your players are in the mood for combat, they can roll initiative. Depending on their level, you could use one of various mage or wizard stat blocks for the satyr, and those hulking creatures hoisting them up are Fomorians, Feywild giants, so you can throw them in too if your players are strong enough. If they'd rather talk things out, the satyr might be willing to trade their allies, or even disband his parade, for a price. Rare, poisonous flowers they can find only out in the wilds. I'll leave that quest up to you. Who knows what weird fey creature might be guarding them. But regardless, his hold over the rest of the people trapped here is in his crown. Break it and everyone goes free. Of course, your players could just save against his music and continue on their way. And when they come across the parade later on, it'll be even larger and more imposing. Better to nip the problem in the bud. The Feywild is one of the more colorful and in-your-face realms out there, but this encounter requires a bit more discretion. Your players find themselves in a dark swamp where twisting trees and thick fog block out the sky above, and murky water swirls around their feet. Try to climb or fly their way out, and it'll feel like they're traveling through the mist forever without making any progress. But the moment they head back down, they quickly reach the bog bottom again. But the mist isn't the only strange thing here. The entire swamp is eerily quiet. No buzzing insects, chirping frogs, or fluttering fairies. If they speak, their voices echo through the trees, and they can hear their feet sloshing through the muck. But make too much noise and it'll attract company. This bog is watched over by a Jabberwock, a dragon-like fey creature that shoots lasers from its eyes and makes those nearby go insane with its crazy babbling. If your party makes too many sounds, it'll burst out of the water and attempt to make your players its next meal. You could use this as a natural encounter your party stumbled across as they traverse the Feywild, but in my game, I had it be a prison. When my players tried to teleport into the palace of an archfey, the magic that warded their abode instead sent them here, where they had to fight the Jabberwock and find a way out. Regardless of how you utilize it, this unsettling swamp will be a cool but equally weird break from the Feywild's usual madness. On the topic of Archfey tossing people into strange prisons, we'll be leaving the Silent Swamp for a dastardly maze filled with traps, foes, and lots of fun. That's because it's the sponsor of today's video, Hedge Maze of the Crescent Queen, a brand new adventure from Latecomer Games. It's a fun and fantastic module designed for D&D 5e, on Kickstarter right now, all about a malevolent archfey who tosses wanderers into her maze as entertainment or punishment. The longer they stay, the more they forget. A curse known as the Lostness slowly drains the memories of anyone trapped inside. Your players will need to find a way out before the maze's dangerous denizens get the better of them, or they forget why they ever wanted to leave in the first place. The adventure is full of fun encounters, very cool and very deadly NPCs, magic items to wow your party, and even a dice game that I came up with called Fickle. You might recognize it from a video I made a few months back. Even better, the entire adventure is designed to accommodate different playstyles. You can run as challenges in smaller, more linear chunks, like the other encounters in this video, or just let your party wander around the maze and see what they find. Best of all, the adventure has already hit their funding goal, so no need to worry about backing and getting invested in a project that isn't going anywhere. They made it, but the more funding they get on Kickstarter, the more Latecomer Games can add to it. Their stretch goals include things like music, subclasses, feats, and more. If you're still not sold, you can actually get a preview of what the module has to offer. I was a player in a one-shot run by Bryce, author of the adventure, with some other very cool D&D creators, Diana of the Rose, Thomas Fitch, and Amanda of Misfit Adventurers. I played with a bard named Quill, who's famous for a song he wrote many years ago, but now he hates his one-hit wonder since it's all anyone wants to hear him play.
Quill, can you dispel magics?
No.
All right, just dive right in.
You can find the full video on Latecomer Games' YouTube channel or the Kickstarter page, whatever you prefer. It was a lot of fun and a great showcase for what you can expect in the final adventure. Definitely check out all of my fellow players' channels if you haven't before. I'll link them down below. And check out Hedge Maze of the Crescent Queen. The Kickstarter is only live for a few more days, and it's truly a project I'm excited about. Not only are you supporting passionate, hard-working creators at Latecomer Games, but you're directly supporting me and my little dice game. But for now, let's leave the Hedge Maze behind and meet one of the more sinister characters your players could encounter in the Feywild. Fey creatures are known for their love of making deals, but sometimes the dealer is just as dangerous as whatever pact your party agrees to. Such is the case of Uncle. They look like a tall and slender Eladrin, with one notable exception. Their eyes are entirely inky black. The air around them feels cold, and when they smile, it feels more creepy than comforting. Uncle is an archfey that rules over the shadows and dark corners of the Feywild, and while he appears polite, his heart is twisted. Uncle will be happy to help your party, granting them items to help with their quests, or using his arcane powers to their benefit. And in return, he only wants one thing: hearts. Lots and lots of hearts. He might ask for just a bunch of them, or maybe there's a certain individual he has his eye on. The stronger the creature, the more valuable their heart. What is he using all of them for? Who knows? That's for you to choose, and your party to find out. But if they try to break a deal with him or attack, they'll find out just how strong he is. You could use the Archhag stat block in the new monster manual to really show them how terrifying Fey can be. I've actually talked about this last one in a video before, but it was like the fourth one I ever made, so if you've seen that and are also watching this, wow, thanks for sticking around. But for the final entry, let's keep it a little more lighthearted. While traveling through one of the Feywild's many forests, your party come across an enormous fallen tree, and a tavern has been carved out of the log called Heroes Hollow, where Fey of all sorts drink at tables that grow out of the wood. But what really sets it apart are the walls. They're covered in shields, swords, staffs, and bows, each with a small plaque commemorating the many heroes who have visited the tavern. The barkeep, a satyr named Bilius, will react to your party's reputation. If they're just starting out, he probably won't recognize them. But if they've been adventuring for a while, he'll have heard of their deeds, both good and bad, and may even ask them for a memento. Could be a humbling moment for a party that's getting a little arrogant, or affirming for a group of real heroes. And don't worry, if they want to try and steal some of the many items inside, they'll have to deal with the Lady of Light. Illuminated orbs rotate around the ceiling to brighten up the tavern. And if they try to take something, they'll coalesce into the form of a shimmering archfey. She'll warn your party to leave it alone, and then try to knock them out and kick them out of the bar if they refuse. You can choose the lady stats based on your party's level. The Spring Eladrin, Archhag, or Archdruid could all be appropriate. But hopefully, they'll just enjoy some drinks and potentially some praise in a tavern worthy of even the greatest heroes. Hopefully you can use some of these Feywild encounters for your campaigns, or as inspiration for even more adventures. I'd love to hear any of your favorite Fey-themed battles, scenarios, and role-playing moments in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leaving a like is always appreciated. If you want to see more, you should subscribe to the Bard's College. I make videos all about D&D, DMing, and everything in between, so there's more to come. But for now, good luck, and remember, crit your players.